Welcome back. Um, we're going to be doing some more testing at Daytona in the BMW M8 GTE. Getting prepared for a race next Saturday, so 1 week from today. Gonna try to just basically figure out, how long will tires last, how long will fuel last. So, and also, how long, how many good laps can I string together? I'm gonna stay away from the garage. I believe we have telemetry turned on. Yes. All right, so we'll get a look. I do want to change this to all-time best lap, just to keep it there and not have it change unless my best lap changes. So here we are in the car. Fresh tires, full tank of gas. All right, go.
Pit lane speed limit is 55 miles per hour.
When you come out of the pits, you want to not hit any of these yellow things because they will damage the aero features of the car. Cold tires, so we're not going to go too hard this first lap. As we almost lose it and lock up a couple tires and spin out. Now we're going to swing out here, hit the brakes as the wall changes. Got the reference car so I don't feel completely alone. Gives me a little bit of training for a race where, might be someone in front of me and I can't see my spots or my marks.
Your lap time was 1:46.64. Watch the track limits, please, Shane.
Oh. Not cool. Actually gonna turn off the reference car. Gonna be another off track. And time.
You need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
Not paying attention.
Track limits, this line will be deleted.
Had something pop up on my screen. Gotta make sure all this stuff's on there before. Oh man. Heck nabbit. I'm supposed to be focused on. There we go. Supposed to be focused on getting laps. I'm too focused on what's on my stream that nobody's watching.
2 is 0.7, slower than your best. Sector 3 times okay. Sector 1 is 0.46, off your best.
Damn it.
Okay, Shane.
Really?
Let's watch the track limits.
Wow.
You need to slow down a bit if you don't want a penalty.
That's why you don't text and drive.
Track temps increasing. It's now 118 Fahrenheit. Sector 1 is 1.2, off your best. That was at 148.61. That puts you 2.0 seconds off your best. Sector 1 times okay. Sector 2 is 0.47 off your best. You've just done a 146.13. Sector 3 time is fast.
And then you lock them up. Damn it. Alright, I guess.
We'll need to pit for repairs.
Part
We've
of
had
the-
the meatball flag.
We became part of the tires. Yep. Definitely don't want to do that. We're gonna request a new car. Welcome to the chat, Sean and Larry. So far we've done 7 laps. Now what I've found is that even requesting a new car doesn't give you new tires from what I understand. So we have 7 laps on these tires. Unfortunately, that also means that we're gonna have a full tank of gas, so kind of sucks. So I'm gonna hop out of here or into the test, and I'm going to request brand new tires because I want to see tires compared to fuel, and I'm going to try to just keep it close. I'm not going to try to push for the best lap time that I can for every lap. I mean, because what I'm going for is, in a race situation, am I going to be, what is the race situation fuel consumption? Now my telemetry says that on my super fast laps, like the one I just did, even though I'm going faster, I've actually consumed more gas. That's like 0.76 gallons of gas. But so this is currently, I want to say it's going to be considered lap 8. I keep forgetting to change the car number. So lap 8, and we're starting from scratch. So from here on, all of our laps for tires and gas, we need to take into account that it's from lap 8. Tires are cold. You've got to be kidding me.
We need to slow down and give back some time.
Well, good thing this is like a warm-up lap. Get the tires warm. So that's a 1x because we are also at 7x. So for this stint, I'm at a 1x so far. So my braking markers, they're changing the wall there. Son of a bitch. Well, forget that. Let's request a new car and do it all again. Damn it. Like, why it gets loose? I mean, I just hit the brakes too hard, and it was like, oh yeah, you want to go exactly left. So again, we're gonna get these tires changed. We have unlimited sets, so... Tires are cold, brand new. So I also don't get how, like, this isn't giving me what my current tires are, which is kind of weird. So I'm not even gonna look at that shit. Gotta increase that. Tires warm.
Track limits, keep it within the lines.
I actually did, Jim. What the fuck? You just want to tell me that every so often so it loses its meaning, don't you? So the bar up top is my current lap time versus my all-time best, which was set on lap 7 before I crashed it into tires, so... So we're on lap 2 of this stint.
Sector 2 time is good. Just done at 149.09. You're now 3.0 seconds off your best.
Got to be very light on the brakes in that corner and basically use the shifting to slow you down. Could be way wrong on that, I don't know. But in my experience, that's what I feel I have to do.
Sector 2 is 1.2, slower than your best.
A little bit harder on the brakes to start there. Very touchy. Might be a brake bias thing. Maybe dial it back a little more.
Sector 3 is 1.2 seconds off your best. Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds off your
Surprised
best.
I'm not getting told to enter higher in the corners.
Last lap time was 1:47.60. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best.
What I do, wreck twice there, and it's the one I keep wrecking in? Oh, there's another thing I gotta change. Gotta turn the traction control down.
Sector 2 is 2/10 off your best. Time was at 48.64. You're currently 2.5, slower than your best. The track temperature's rising. It's now 122 Fahrenheit. Sector 1 is 1.4 seconds off your best.
That's helpful, Jim. Thanks. Was at 147.76. That puts you 1.6, slower than your best. Kept locking up the rears and then. Nope. Stop. We don't want it off track. Although I'm pretty sure if I do that in a race, we'll get T-boned, so. Get a 4X instead of a 1X. This car's a lot of fun to drive here, but it also can be a pain in the butt.
Sector 2 is 0.30 off your
Just
best.
got away with the off track. No. Damn it. Apparently my braking point there is not okay. It's not where it should be.
is 1/10 off your best.
Fudge. That's how you're supposed to do that corner. I feel like in that corner I'm slowing down way too much.
Sector 1 is 1.6 off your best. Sector 2 time is okay. That lap was at 1:47.64. You're now 1.5 seconds off your best.
I will read that comment when I get to the straight. Yeah. Am I not supposed to like the double yellow?
Sector 2 time is quick. That was at 1:47.07. Sector 3 is 0.33, slower than your best. 2/10 off your best in sector 2.
We'll give it a shot.
That last light was at 147.76. Sector 3 is 0.28 off your best. Sector 2 time is okay.
I don't know, that seems a little
That lap time was
slow.
47.08. You're currently 0.9 off your best.
But we'll try one more test. We won't go as high. Try to keep it in the darker parts of the track.
Sector 2 time is quick.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you. Like, it may save some tires, but unless the tire savings is like a whole lap, I just don't know. I mean, I guess that is a test to run this week. You know, run a whole stint one way, a whole stint the other way, and see, you know, what the tire wear is like. And also fuel consumption, because according to last night's run here, it's about two pit stops for fuel per tire pit stop. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Sector 2 is 2 tenths off your best.
It gives you a little wiggle room, but I feel like if you're here, someone's gonna go down below you and take that bottom line. But I mean, I have a feeling, you know, similar to the Sebring races that are occurring right now, like even though there's going to be a lot of cars, it's going to be spread out. Maximum cars for the race is set to 50. Each particular group is limited to a max of 30 cars, but you could have 25 and 25 to get the field. Now, I think there's only like 23 at most people registered at the moment. 23 teams, I should say. I'm really wondering if I'm doing something wrong in that turn, because I feel like I slow way the hell down. And it's probably too much. So we are 15 laps. This is lap 15 of this stint. Ooh, that was fucking smooth through there. I don't want to chance that again, because one, I didn't get a great runoff as I'm losing time. But, and two, quarter inch further to the right, and I probably would have been off track, so. It looked smooth, but it wasn't from a number of angles.
That last lap was at 147.36. Sector 3 is 0.9 off your best.
Tell you what, since I adjusted that traction control, I feel like I'm running how I was last night, which was just, you know, as I've said, I'm not looking to, you know, beat my best overall time lap after lap. Like, if I beat it, I beat it. But I'm just trying to get, like, a sense of, you know, how can I run clean laps and, you know, figure out what my pit strategy style is going to be. Is it going to be 2 fuel stops per 1 tire stop? Is that the standard for this track? I don't know. If I do that, is it, you know, driver 1, you know, does a 2-stop deal, and driver 2 then goes in and does a 2-stop? Assuming that there's going to be at least 6 stops, then, or possibly 8 stops, that is. You know, then everybody gets equal time. You know, assuming that is that the pit stops are about 45 minutes in between them, so each driver does an hour and a half, and then so on. So that way you just burn up your tires, and then next guy comes in and he gets a fresh set.
That lap was at 147.16. Sector 3 is 0.29 off your best.
A little loose there. A little loose. So I don't know if shifting to 4th there is actually worth it. In that case, it wasn't, because I just didn't have the road to do it. But I'm not 100% on if it's worth it either way. starting to get a little loose on the back end here. I don't know if I'm getting tire fall off or already, or you know what's going on. But this is lap 17 of the stint. That little chicane is fun. Little bus stop. Sorry, second line.
Your lap time was 1:47.40. Sector 3 is 0.6 off your best.
I wonder what the real world lap times are for this car at this track. Like, obviously I'm not a pro, but if I was within like 10 seconds in the simulator off of a pro in real time, I'd still be pretty fucking happy with that. Maybe 5. 10 might be a bit excessive. Like, I would expect him to be a couple seconds ahead of me, but not 10 seconds faster. The right and the double left. What? Shit. He started reading the last comment, then he added another one. The right and double left before onto the oval. Oh, fuck me. That's what I get for reading instead of driving. The right and the double left before onto the oval. Exit higher, entrance is good, just wait a bit. You talking that bus stop there? Or no, alright, I know where you're talking. Well, hopefully that lap wasn't representative of what we will be doing in the race. But I'm not going to stop this test just because of that little spin. I did get an off track, so I did get one incident point, but I believe since lap 9, why am I hitting the brakes there? That's weird. Since we started this stint, that is actually the first incident point, so pretty happy with that.
Sector 1 is 2.2 off your best.
Ah, fuck.
Sector 2 is 0.2 off your best. Lap time was at 1:49.12.
Shit.
Currently 3.0 seconds off your best.
Right. I missed it. Started locking up and just kept locking them up. Gotta get back into the groove. Had a bunch of laps there that were all really good, so. Again, I don't envision anything with regard to this charity event of me winning. I mean, there's guys who are like, their iRating is double mine. Their safety rating is a Class A 4.9. I mean, these guys have been on the platform for a while, and you know, they're just going to dominate. But if I could, you know, get a solid finish, I'll be happy. Come on, damn it.
Watch the track limits.
I wasn't even trying to be aggressive that time. Pit stop, clear tires.
Okay.
I love that he sounded annoyed at that. Like, who's the crew chief here? Basically, I'm just doing that so I can see, like, you know, how bad are these tires that I want them changed. What the fuck, man?
Don't invalidate this lap. Track limits.
Yeah, I think the traction control settings being at 6 instead of 9 immediately better. than what it was. No, fucker, turn. Like, stop. So the tire temps are good. Or pressures, I should say. I just don't know necessarily if I'm at a point where, okay, no, we're tires and fuel on the same stop, you know, because I definitely seem to have some wear going on, but only in some parts of the track. Like, I shouldn't be locking up there, for sure. Maybe that's what I do. Instead of going to fourth, just pin it for a second into third. Then go down to first in that corner.
The track temps increasing. It's now 126 Fahrenheit. Sector 1 is 0.8 off your best.
See that? It just wanted to come out around there. Had to let off just a little bit so it wouldn't spin out.
Sector 2 is 0.43, slower than your best. Lap time was 147.67. Sector 3 is 0.34 off your best.
Motherfucker. Seriously? Now, to be fair, I also felt like someone walked behind me there, which was a little odd. So I did lose some concentration there. I feel like the tail end of this stint has been a lot of, you know, control loss, but
slower than your best.
I'm not getting the incident points for it, so in this 25 lap stint so far, I've only had 3 incident points, which I feel is pretty good. Yeah, yeah, I agree. The grip definitely seems to have gone away, but I don't, you know, I can't say for certain because I feel like I still have grip for days through here. You know, I, I think it's just locking up more, and I'm wondering if like through turn one I need brake bias at where it's at, but turn four, that little hairpin, I need it more front. Because right here I'm not really getting any lockups anymore. You know, as long as I hit my marks the way I want to. But here, even if I do hit my marks, you know, it's a crapshoot, and you can kind of see these lights here light up, which are telling me the yellows are the back tires are locked up, and the greens are the front tires are locked up. So we're definitely getting more lockups, and I don't know if that's a tire issue or a brake bias issue.
Sector 1 is 1.9 seconds off your best.
But I definitely can't feel like or don't feel like I can put the hammer down as fast. I mean, I feel like being already 2 seconds off of my fastest lap is a bit scary. But, I mean, 25 laps in, 26 laps in on these tires, that might just be the case. Right, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So I don't know, but I don't know, is that brake bias or is that tire wear? We'll see in a couple laps, because I still have 4 gallons of fuel, so probably about 6 laps or so, we'll see where the tires are. Grip-wise.
Sector 3 is 1.4 seconds
or
off your
wear-wise.
best.
Because, again, this fucking thing doesn't tell you shit, because in this car, there is no, in real life, there's no live telemetry data for tire wear. Unlike the new F1 cars. So apparently, I am losing 1.5 seconds in the first 2 corners of the lap. That corner felt a little better.
Sector 1 is 1.7 seconds off your best.
Yeah, it's definitely tire wear. The tires are on the back there. Right before coming onto the oval, it wanted to swing out, and I had to let off again. And even in here, like I said, I felt like I had grip for days, but I'm also feeling like I'm not punching the throttle as much through here as much as I was. The airport's distracting. I've seen that fucking plane land so many times. I don't even see it anymore.
That lap was at 147.92. That puts you 1.8 seconds slower than your best.
First time I saw it, though, I was like, they added airplanes landing in this game? kind of cool,
Sector 1 is
but also
0.49
entirely
off your
needless.
best.
But the immersion is fantastic. Fuck off track.
Alright Shane, we need to watch these track limits.
Thanks, Jim. Really good input. So I got the off track and lost 7/10 of a second by not having a good exit, entry and exit into that little bus stop. So 2.77 gallons. Yeah, that tire wear is definitely no bueno at this point. So it looks like, shit. Fucked it. Looks like it's a tires when we get fuel. So every stop is fuel and tires. I am going to double check that though, but yes, that seems like. I'm trying to talk and do other shit and keep, I don't see that exiting higher doing anything really. Or running this second line. I just don't. I mean, I guess I gotta do it with, a full stint of tires and fuel, but
Sector 3 is 0.47 off your best. Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds, slower than your best.
Alright, so we have 1.63 gallons of fuel. I wonder if he's going to tell me next lap that I have to come in. Or if he's just going to let me
Sector 2 time is quick.
deal with it. In a race, he would tell me, hey, we're running out of fuel, you got to come in. I will say, probably had a handful of spins, probably about 6-7 spins, where I stayed on track, didn't get the loss of control incident or the off-track incident. In a stint this long, I actually feel really good about that.
28.26, that puts you 2.1, slower than your best.
Obviously, we'll want to clean it up even more before next Saturday, but between yesterday and today, I feel like we have drastically improved in that category.
Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds off your best. You've got 1 gallon left.
Alright, I have to come to the pits. He didn't tell me, but I have to come to the pits this time. Kind of annoyed that he didn't tell me, because it makes me think that I'm going to have to set something up for next Saturday. So I'll get that figured out. I don't know if it's just because we're in practice, like we're doing a test session, or if it's just because he doesn't do that. Unless you set it up. Probably got to work on pit entry too, because this is atrocious.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
But now we have our limiter on, and we're gonna pull in and basically see what are our tires, what's the tire situation, what's the fuel situation. Fuel, you know, we made it a bunch of laps on the fuel that we had. Holy hell. Okay, yep. I'm seeing it now. So we definitely are going to be doing tires every stop, every fuel stop. So you can do 1 tank of gas. That got us, we started lap 9, we're on 41, so what's that, 32 laps on fuel, on 24.3 gallons of fuel. And I would almost say, as far as tires go, you may actually want to stop a couple laps sooner. The fall off, I mean, let's jump out, take a look at the laps here. The fall off of the tires. Okay, so we started lap 9, had a couple shit laps, couple good ones, couple more shit, and then we hit a groove, right? We hit a groove starting lap 18. So 147.6, 147.0, 147.7. I would consider this a good string, 8-lap string. Then we backed her into that hairpin, turn 4, and it's kind of hard to see, but I feel like around lap 34 we had a fall off, where it felt harder to try to achieve the faster paces. This was a good lap. I just don't know. So tires, I think in reality, if we said, okay, we could come in, you know, we're on lap 41, so we finished lap 40, so it was actually 31 laps. 31 laps, if we came in 5 laps sooner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we came in here, lap 26 of the stint, there's still some fall off, but I think we could actually pick up some of these here. You know, this was, you know, not really anything wrong with what I did there. I entered a little bit sooner. This lap, it was looking good, but it ended up, you know, at 157 because we hit the pits. What are your thoughts on that? Come in 5 laps sooner? than our fuel window. And that could help us out potentially too. I mean, because I'd have to go find out. I've been in the session for an hour and 24 minutes. Um, I don't know how much time was spent in all of, the first 8 laps here, but say 3.5 minutes, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, uh, 11.5, and then so I forgot where I was at. So about 12.5 minutes or so, give or take, because I rounded up and down. 12.5 minutes out of the session. So even just one stint, is like an hour and 15, or an hour and 10 to hour and 15. So if I had come in at about the hour mark, which would have been end of lap 25, like you're saying, then that breaks it up into even stints. And trust me, even all of that, like, I'm right now, like, I feel like if I needed to, I can keep going. I still can keep going. But if I was offered a break and someone else take over for a little bit, I think an hour in the car, um, after that hour, or after you get to the pits, you're like, okay, let me hop out, you hop in, sort of thing. Um, Interesting. I kind of wish they would give like additional options. Um, I also kind of wish I wouldn't have to stop the stream in order to do well, maybe I don't. Let me do this. I'm going to add a window. And we're going to do this. I'm going to open that guy. Put it over here. We're going to trying to show something. Come on, refresh the list of things. Cancel. I want this one. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see what I have going on. This is this session, so we're going to view the session. I don't think the last session is in here yet. Or was this yesterday? No, that's today. Why is my long-ass stint not in here yet? So we get an opportunity here to look at how many laps in a stint we did. These are not correct. These are for what's in iRacing. Those numbers are not correct. Come on. So anyway, fastest lap time 146, 134. That was achieved in the very first stint, and then we crashed. Second stint we did. It's saying 2 laps. Oh yeah, because we did 1 lap getting the tires ready, and then we hit the wall. And then the third stint, which was actually the really long one, that one's still going. I don't know why this software hasn't caught up. Let's refresh and see if it's got more data. Yeah, here we go. So now it's got all the data. So what's interesting about this software is, all right, hold on. All I was saying about the exit on the banking is that I think you could straighten the corner out a bit and not load the suspension up as much. Maybe, maybe. But I mean, if we're sitting here talking about pitting 5 laps sooner anyway, I mean, we did 29 laps. We were saying come in at the end of the 25th lap. Now, granted, this is actually a 30-lap stint because it starts on lap 0. So if we're talking come in 5 laps sooner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we were to come in on this lap or the end of this lap, which would be the end of lap 25, do we really worry about wear that much? I mean, if we take a look, come on. Apparently, it still doesn't have all the data. Guess it doesn't actually care. Oh, it's still coming in, I guess. Still sending, so have to wait. Yeah, I think the lines are good. I just don't know if I am running into an issue of the lines are good, but I'm not hitting speeds good enough. So that one section there where I downshift from 5th gear in the we do this turn, we're in 1st gear, we upshift, get all the way to 5th, slow way the fuck down, get it back to 1st, do the 2nd hairpin. Is that too slow? And I don't know. I feel like the line, as you said, the line is good, but I feel like it's only good. It's good, but it's slow, you know. But anyway, I mean, we can see our average lap time for that stint. The slow. I mean, our average was faster. We had 32 laps, 4 that had incident points associated to them. Probably could have been more because there were a couple where I had spins, like this one clearly. It's lumped in the 4 bad ones, but I mean, I think this one I had a spin. This one I had a spin. This one I had a spin. So, we can see the average fuel consumption, which again, I think we're solid or we're set with the concept of 25 laps and then you pull it in. Trying to see like what this says for the stint for what the tire wear was and everything, because this thing logs everything, or it's supposed to log everything. So like here was your setup and what were the tire pressures and stuff. But all right, enough of that. We're gonna I'm gonna hide that one so you can get back to seeing all of the iRacing stuff. All right, so let's try this. We're gonna do a test. We're gonna jump back into the test. We're fueled up. We have all the fuel we're gonna need. However, we need tires. So we're gonna tell them to put new tires on. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm gonna do another hour, but gonna go out and do a couple laps, and we'll go from there. If I end up, getting into a rhythm, maybe it is another hour, but we'll see. Tire pressures are low. I'm wondering if we put more in the left front, because it was lower than all the others. And I don't know if you want it to be lower than all the others, or if you want them to effectively end up being the same. Because we do have quite a number of turns where we need the load there. Again, we got to get the pressures up, so not going to push too hard. All right. Well, let me get the temps up, and then we'll do that. We'll do that on lap 3. We'll do... Let's try 5 and 5, because 10, whereas I like the enthusiasm, is probably going to be a bit tough to actually get a good effort of 10 laps, you know, without spins in there. Do you like the telemetry stuff in the bottom left? Is that enjoyable to like see like where I'm braking and you know, where I'm full throttle, you know, all that stuff? Fuck me. Yes, it kinda saved it. Nope, spoke too soon. So this isn't the first. It looked like it at first, but this is not the first lap. This is just making sure those tire temps are ready for the push. Why'd I go down into first? Okay. Well, let me do it this way. I'll do it 5 my way, and then I'll do it 5 that way. Do you want me to restart, or just do 5 in a row my way and then do 5 in a row your way, so we can actually get the telemetry data? Son of a bitch. Missed my mark. Oh, weird. I mean, it is fairly small, though, I will agree. But
1 is 1.1 seconds off your best.
fuck you off track.
Stop being validated. Watch the track limits.
Yep.
Okay, Shane, you need to watch the track limits. You need to slow down, give back some time.
So this is lap 3 of the aggressive set.
Sector 2 time is good.
So 2 more laps of this, and then we'll switch to conservative.
That lap was a 146.78. Sector 3 is 0.14 off your best.
I think the key, if you get up into 4th on that little chute there, is quick downshifts from 4th to 2nd, then a little bit of a coast, then downshift into 1st, and that gives you that you won't spin, or at least I didn't that the last 2 times.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off your best.
Now they're off
To
track.
watch the track limits.
So temperamental on that side. All right, 1 more lap to go, and then we'll switch to conservative.
Sector 1 is 0.8, slower than your best.
Yeah, I'm still gonna run hard, but I'm gonna do them the way that you suggested. Higher up in the grooves and exiting.
Sector 2 is 0.27, slower than your best.
And to be entirely honest, if anything is going to prove it, it's going to be, you know, these laps, because the tires, in my experience so far, are now fucking primed. They are ready to rip here. So, all right, conservative laps.
You've just done a 147.13. Sector 3 times okay.
Ah, fuck. Apparently, still was a little aggressive. Alright, we'll do, this one won't count toward the conservatives. Get a buffer lap in here. Fucking total Days of Thunder moment here. 5 laps my way, 5 laps his way. So we're gonna, for these conservative laps, we're gonna enter the backstretch like that, or onto the backstretch like that, and then we're gonna run in the second lane through the turns. And of course, you know, not spin in the fucking first turn, hopefully.
Sector 2 is 0.7 off your best.
Alright, so here comes lap 1.
Sector 3 is 0.7 off your best.
Damn it. Alright. Next one's gonna be lap 1. Son of a bitch, I gotta hit that mark better.
Mind these track limits, please, Shane.
I think I got used to that mark on bad tires, and so on good tires, it's actually worse through turn 1 there. So just gotta stop thinking about it and just do what the muscle memory I built up over the last couple hours, and you know, over the last 2 days has been. At least that spin wasn't as bad as the first one. All right. Here we go. God damn it. What the hell happened? what happened in those couple laps? Seem to have completely forgotten how to fucking do the first turn. Am I hitting it late? Because I don't feel like I'm hitting it late. But I have to be, because why else would I fucking spin every time into that lap? Guess this is just building up the memory again. Like, nope, we're going higher onto the speedway. Gotta get this fucking turn figured out, because it's not gonna go very well if we enter a fucking race and crash every fucking time we do lap our corner one. That was a shit bus stop too, holy hell. Get it together. It's not that I want to, like, I want to give it a fair shake. I just don't know why turn one is sucking. Go up here, let off, brake. Fucking stab the brakes. I was gonna laugh if I made it through turn one, but then that fucker I spun out. I was gonna be like, fine, fuck it, we're done.
Sector 1 is 1.4 seconds, slower than your best.
Cool, Jim, thanks. Thanks for that update. That incredibly useful information.
Sector 2 time is good. Last lap time was at 1:47.45. Sector 3 is 0.7 off your best.
See if we can get a better bus stop through here this time.
Sector 2 is 0.28 off your best. was 146.36. Sector 3 time is quick.
That fucking trick of the shift down fast from fourth to second, that is making a world of difference. And then, of course, the spin in that turn, because what the fuck, car?
Now delete this lap, you've cut the track.
Helps if you remember to do the last one, too.
Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off your best. Sector 2 is 0.30, slower than your best.
Trying to find some time there. Apparently the trick doesn't work every time. Son of a bitch. How did I not get an off track on that one? So I guess my question would be, so this concept here of trying to make this work with that line and entering higher onto the oval, is really only necessary to try to
Sector 2 time
push
left.
that 25 lap stint between pit stops to be something like 27 or 28. Like, to effectively push it out further, take smaller hits per lap potentially on pace, which, as we saw a couple laps ago, isn't a necessity, but take smaller hits per lap to gain a couple laps of efficiency, to allow us to not have the fall off that we saw. And obviously remember how to fucking do a goddamn lap around this track. I was doing good. I had a couple really good laps in there. I will say, you know, to me, again, I think it comes down to this only is a pit strategy play, to take, you know, with the assumption that we'd be taking potentially a 0.2 of a second to 0.5 of a second hit per lap, so that way at the end of the stint we could push to like 28 instead of 25 and not take a multiple second hit in 26, 27, or 28.
Sector 2 time is okay.
Hours into this session now. I know there was a little bit of time in between there and a couple of moments there where I was not driving, but I feel as though, you know, I've been pretty close. I would say I'm probably only a couple minutes off here from doing 2 hours total. Let's see what the data has to say. Yeah. Alright, let me finish this lap and then we'll take a look at the data. I just want to make sure I'm giving, you know, the approach a fair shake. A couple spins there means it didn't. So.
Sector 1 is 0.43 off your best.
This lap and the lap before the spinny laps, I think, are probably the two that are going to give the best showcase of the data here. So I feel like I've kept everything else reasonably the same. Reasonably.
Sector 2 is a 10th off your best.
You can make up a shit ton of time in that bus stop. Alright, so are we cool with this being the final lap of the test, or do you want me to keep going in this lap? I think you're a little bit further behind than you were originally in your chats. So I'm gonna go, oh fuck. Nope, this lap's done. Already lost enough time to not make it worthwhile. Alright, so let's hop out of the car. See where the tires are at. So the tires are already at a point where you could say there's somewhat significant fall off. And that was a stint of, I mean, technically this counts because I finished it, but a stint from 41 to 57. So, what, a 18 lap stint? So let's take a look at the data. Gotta refresh the data. Refresh. Okay, so we're still here. Oh, it still doesn't. All right, it's publishing the data now. So we've just got to wait a moment. Got 48 laps. So we got a little bit, because we got, I think, 9 more laps to see. Almost there. Still uploading information. You know, compare. I ran through last night and I pulled some of the people who are registered for the event, and I took a look at what their Laguna Seca times were compared to my Laguna Seca time in this car. Um, and whereas that's probably not valid to do, it's the only thing that I could actually do, or compare. And for the couple that I looked at, I was 4 to 5 seconds faster per lap than those people. So hopefully, we'll be able to do good stuff. All right, so 61 laps, but iRacing said I did 57. So that's a little weird. But all right, so should have the data of the 2 fastest laps. So this, I think, was all right. So we had a couple spins, or off tracks, I should say. So this was the fastest of. So we're gonna set that as the target. I don't know what the fuck that means. And then we're going to compare against the target. So here are, let me get rid of some stuff here. Okay, so here are the 2 laps. Oh, that was weird. No, come on. What did I do? All right, so we're gonna play. So, no, I want the whole lap, full track. What the? There we go. All right. So comparative laps here. So I think in reality now, I don't know if we can compare the tire wear in this, um, for the lap, but we should be able. I mean, we can. What is? Oh, no, don't do that. So you can kind of see. All right, so the blue lap, I was able to get to 3rd gear before the other one, before the red lap. The red lap um is the faster of the 2 laps, but it's the your way. The blue is the my way. This, I think, was a big point. What I think is kind of interesting is you can actually, I mean, I believe this is supposed to show you like, um, if I had like gone crazy off, it would actually show that as a different arc. So the fact that like I'm the fact that between these two laps, there's not much difference in the position. I mean, there's a little bit difference here because I'm trying to swing out higher to get on the track. There's not much of a difference. Trying to think, trying to see like what other options are here for, do we have, so lap distance, what does that mean? Medium. No, no, don't do anything. Um, oh, line distance. So here, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So this is how far off from lap 1 to lap 2, like how far off the line was I? I mean, that's pretty fucking solid right there. Like, nope, you're fucking almost on the exact line. So I guess that does go to show what I was saying. Like, the furthest I was off was, your want to enter higher. And apparently I only entered about 17 to 18 feet higher onto the circuit. Um, and then stayed on the outside of, in the second groove. Uh, Went a little lower there. Should have been basically on the line here. Um, then this right here is where a lot of time was made up. Um, but I mean, you can see get to the start finish line, we're only 0.1 mile per hour different. This is really interesting. I just wish we. Ooh, does this keep? Oh, it does. Awesome. So you can kind of see the different line into one. So entering higher into one, like you suggested, gave me a better run. Then there I just got a better run out of two or out of that turn. Crank it up into fifth in pretty much the exact same spot. Crank it down at pretty much the exact same spot. First gear, a little higher on the second lap. Gives me a little shallower angle coming out of that turn. Then here we shoot out and we exit a little higher. And then we bring it back and we're, second groove compared to first groove. First groove is faster. So I think the only thing that we're missing here, what? I don't know what you mean. So the second lap was faster, but I don't think it was necessarily from the lines we chose, because we can see with choosing those lines, we actually lose time off of the first lap. The blue lap is my preference fastest lap. The red is your preference fastest lap. Your preference was faster. Um but I don't think it was because of the things we were testing. I think it's because it had a better entry into one and um, a better exit out of the hairpin. I wish the only thing that I wish here is that this actually had tire wear difference or fuel difference. It's got.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 122 Fahrenheit.
Thanks, Jim. It's got all the stuff, all the other stuff we would want here. I mean, you can see here this, the mile per hour difference. There's areas where yours was a little faster, but then those get equalized. Like okay, you were faster here, but I was able to come back and equalize that at the same time. Or at a specific distance, I was able to equalize. What I will say makes this, yeah, that's this guy here. That's where that, well, wait, is it? No, it's actually the entrance into the bus stop, because that's where a lot of the time was also made up in your lap. So if we take a look again and we watch this, my lap's faster. Then we come out of turn one. Like my lap is faster than yours, but we come out of turn one and immediately yours is now faster. And then we're just picking up the pace. We're 0.2 of a second going into this hairpin. We come out of that hairpin and you're almost 0.4 faster. Apparently the blue line actually had a little bit of speed coming out of that, so it had a better exit out of the hairpin. We dive into here, you're picking up again, but then so diving into this hairpin, and then my line makes up the time, a little bit of time, and then we have better exit out of that. From there, where do we build time? Because my line coming out seemingly has either equal or faster pace coming onto the track, coming onto the oval. And then what we're going to see here is going into the bus stop, the red line is going to just make this number go up because it by far had a better bus stop for the red line. But coming out of the bus stop and through the turn, you can see my line picks up speed. So if you take out the bus stop and you take out the exit of turn one, which were not things we were focusing on, my lap is faster. Your lap for sure is overall faster. I also don't get this because your lap was not a 146.128. Let me go back. Can I go back? Double check this. Come on. So, all right. So I want to. So yeah, yours. That actually, it doesn't even look like we were analyzing yours. So my fastest was 0.4 slower than yours. My way fastest. Set as target, but yet it's not. It doesn't tell me that that's the target. And then this is compare against target. So difference. And yeah, so yeah, yes, this is the two together. So steering, like everything about this, I mean, the thing that I like about this is it actually kind of shows that the lap I was able to put together was fairly consistent. The difference is in certain spots, right? Um, what is this button? Oh God. Um, so, you know, oh, well, that's no bueno. No, all right. So the target is this. Yeah, so the blue is mine, the red is yours. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of wish it had the ability to tell us the tires, but the reason it doesn't is because this doesn't get updated, like the tire information doesn't get updated unless you go to the pits. So I would have so like I said, I would have had to run a fast lap in mine, one single fast lap in mine, go to the pits. Then run one single fast lap in yours, go to the pits and see. And that's why, so I think next time I try this, what I might do is I might do 5 laps my way, pit it up, then 5 laps your way, pit it up. And unfortunately, that's going to take a while because I will probably throw out any 5 lap set that has a spin in it because that wouldn't be fair because that's inadvertent tire wear. Unless the spin is caused by following what the outline is. Like if I ended up spinning because I hit, I'm pushing here and I spin onto the oval, well, that's that driving line's fault. Um, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I think you're also like a minute or so behind me now. I think at the start it's only like 15 to 30 seconds off, but I think you're like a minute behind me now. This is really cool though. I like it. Oh, well, I'm not paying a subscription fee. It's cool. It ain't that cool. Looks like we had someone else join for a moment, but they are gone, I think. If not, welcome to the stream. We're we're testing out some strategies for a race for next Saturday. 6 hours at Daytona in the BMW M8 GTE. Um, we're just testing out different laps and seeing, hey, what was different about them. Um, kind of want to know. It'd be nice if I could just get a full overlay of all the laps in a stint. Show all properties. Oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted. I don't care about. I mean, I should probably care about setup, but I don't know enough about this shit to care about setup. Um, so view in single lap mode. So single lap mode, your fastest lap, or your preference fastest lap. All right, that's super slow. Go back. Track temperature for target and attempt are different. Target. Oh. Well, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so somehow in the target lap, wait. Oh, that's the session lap. Never mind. All right. Analyze line. So apparently in my comparison laps, I'm taking from this that this is where I lost the time. I don't know. I don't think I'm reading that right. Okay. All right. On that note, I'm gonna stop the stream here. It's been going for I want to say about 2.5 hours. So I put in a lot of good on track. Got a couple hours in. So uh, I will leave you all.